Speaking of partnerships, we've got one of the kings of partnerships here with us, Geoffrey Dickinson, who is the head librarian of the Worcester Public Library. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, you've been at the helm for a year and a half of the Worcester Public Library, and it's an important institution. And somebody might say, well, why is it the Chamber talking about it? Well, look at a well-educated, well-read workforce and populace is good for the, good for our economy. But in lots of different ways, which we'll hopefully we'll have a chance to get into. You play an important role in the city and in the region. But I thought maybe, for our viewers, you could maybe give an overview of the Worcester Public Library, how many branches, the relatively new partnership with the public schools, the mobile library situation, which has really been a hit as well.
Sure. Well, yeah, we have many locations, actually. We have the main library right downtown. We have two traditional branches, one at the Great Brook Valley and one at our Francis Perkins branch. And then we have four One City, One Library branches, which are a partnership with the Worcester Public Schools that places a public library inside a public school, a public elementary school.
Right.
So during the day, it acts as a school library, which, as we all know, is key to increasing the literacy rates of the students. And then whenever school's out, it becomes an open public library to the community that school serves.
And we're seeing, in terms of usage, some phenomenal numbers in terms, for not only the kids with it, the library's there, but after school, kids' homework, but families coming in, kind of building neighborhood, reinforcing the importance of learning, a destination place. The four locations for the One City, One Library.
Oh, there's one at the Goddard.
Right, Main
school.
South, yeah.
Yep, in Roosevelt. The
elementary school.
Yes, the elementary school at Burncoat Prep.
Right at the end of Burncoat Street.
Right, and
Tatnick.
Right, the newest one. That's right. So, yeah, they are all very, they are very, very active. Once they've Burncoat opened just this past spring, and they have just. The usage has exploded ever since. It had been a long time coming. There had been some challenges in having that built, so there was a lot of anticipation built up for that branch, and it's really just exploded. And as we've seen, the school, the level of that school has increased. We can't take
scores.
Scores.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
that was, I think it may have been a level 3 or level 4 school, and it's gone up.
It's gone up. So we don't take credit for that, but certainly there is a link between having these libraries inside schools and the test scores and the literacy rates raising. So.
Yeah, and this again, so much of it reinforcing to the parents and and people providing that support.
Sure.
And then additionally the mobile
libraries. Yes.
And they're named Libby and
yes, Libby and Lily. We have Libby is our larger of the two mobile libraries, and Lily is the new smaller one. Both of those they're on the road all day, every day. The mobile libraries, besides the One City, One Library schools, they visit every single public elementary school in the city of Worcester every month. So every month, students have access to libraries, to the materials, to services, and to public librarians who can, provide that instruction that they need. So really, those are, the link that we have to all of those other schools as we build up, as the school departments can get refunding for their own libraries, or if we get to, increase the One City, One Library program, things like that.
And so, as if you haven't been busy enough taking on a new job, having led the system in the city of New Bedford, which has some similar issues and some branches and things.
Sure.
But you've been. The mobile libraries, the One City, One Library, the branches, you've been busy with all those things, but on top of that, City Manager Augustus, working with the council, has talked about reconfiguring the main library, which went through a significant renovation 10 plus years ago now, is it?
Yep.
10 plus?
About 2000, I think it opened.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But with all the momentum, economic development momentum taking place in the downtown, how could you reconfigure it and bring more people in? But I think before you talk about that, annual visitors to downtown.
To the downtown branch, we see about 650,000 people enter the downtown library every year. So, you know, that is a huge number of patrons to our services, and then potential, you know, customers and clients to all the businesses downtown. City Manager Augustus has really recognized the need of redeveloping downtown, making the Common a center for the economic development, for people just being downtown.
A
for
gathering
the activity,
place.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the you know, difficulties that the library has always faced is that there is no access from the library
entrances,
to the
McGrath parking lot,
Right.
And then
on Salem Street right there.
yeah.
So there's no direct access into the library from downtown, from the Common side. So his proposal that we're working with is to place an entrance on the Franklin Street side. Most people know that with the big oval sort of turret, if you will, on that side. So the plan is to have an entrance put into that side of the building. The challenge for the library is that is right into our children's room. You can't have a door enter into a children's room. So the city manager recognized that and has embraced our plan to reconfigure the first floor. That process is ongoing. The city is shortlisting architecture firms to actually handle the design and the whole project of you know, the door construction and everything that will be entailed on the inside to reconfigure to better serve you know, our patrons, but then to really solidify the library as a major player in the downtown redevelopment.
And I know one of the things in the reconfiguration is how do you better utilize some of the space and an upgrade in the children's.
Definitely, yes. There's, you know, the children's room is, I mean, that's a destination for people. And that is where the city manager has been very supportive of the library in how we can bring in designers, how we can really make that space within the first floor the destination, which would be really important. You know, we have hundreds of programs every year for just children and their families. So those are potential customers to the restaurants, to the businesses downtown.
That are opening. Some of that retail is now happening.
I know, even in the year and a half I've been there.
Sandwich shops. I saw you the other day at the new restaurant.
Yeah, certainly. You know, we don't miss a chance to you know, visit all the new restaurants opening up. When I started, those were all empty storefronts, and in a year and a half, there's one left, and it's already got plans. So it's really been, you know, a boon to the library to have people downtown, and then we in turn hope that our patrons will be a boon to those businesses.
You know, earlier in the show I was talking with Julie Jacobson, the town manager of Auburn and former assistant city manager of economic development. One of the things that not a lot of people know about, but I've tried to share at the chamber, and we want to give you a chance, is, you know, our focus, 3 words we operate by: recruit, retain, incubate. The library is a place where if someone is interested in starting a business, you've got resources. Why don't you tell us about the Small Business Center? Yeah,
we have a small business center actually on our within our reference department in the library. We've received grants over the years to support the training of our staff, to purchase resources that really allow patrons who are really sort of considering starting a business, or, you know, how to go that next step. We provide assistance in writing business plans. We bring in a lot of other organizations, the Small Business Association and things, to provide training.
The United States Small Business Administration, you work with the Clark Small Business Development Center.
Yep, and to bring in
SCORE, which is housed at the chamber.
Exactly, yes. We're, you know, it's this collaboration to bring in other organizations to help our patrons you know, get to that next level. We'll help with writing, you know, business plans, letters to, you know, find funding, all those kinds of resources.
Capital,
yes, and you know, and it's the public library. That's not our specialty. What our specialty is, who else has all that knowledge, and really connecting our patrons with those other businesses. That's it. So, you know, we are the information center But really, we bring those patrons in and we connect them with all the resources that Worcester has to offer to start that business and to grow an existing business.
Well, Jeff, thank you for being with us. I mean,
Oh, it's great.
for a long time, I've been someone saying, economic development, one of the anchors that we've had through good times and bad has been the Worcester Public Library, and as things improve, to have the library a more dynamic part of that. Not only in the downtown, but our neighborhoods. It's just such a real plus for the city and the region. So we'll have you on at some point when we talk about the finalized plans or completion
Sure.
of the library in the downtown and the new mobile libraries that may be coming soon.
Yes, yeah, a lot of changes.